girl Nate, and you are locked into Trending, and today I am joined by a very, very special person. It is the one, the only, Juggy D. Juggy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Namaskar, salam, pyar pari, sat sri akal to everyone that's watching.
Amazing. So Juggy,
Yes.
we've got a lot to get through today. So let's not mess about, let's get right into it. First of all, I want to talk about you, Jay Sean, Rishi Rich.
Oh yeah?
Okay, how did it begin? Tell me all about it. How did you guys meet? How did the Rishi Rich Project come about?
I met Jay on the set of my video
Yeah.
for Najina.
Really?
Yeah, that's how we first met. Rishi was working with him. Like just kind of starting out, they were just vibing in the studio, and I had already recorded Najina. That was my first song, which
Yeah.
came out 21 years ago. And yeah, so we were on set to shoot that video, and he invited Jay down to the set. So he was an extra in my first song.
A little cameo.
Little cameo. But he was obviously, he was unknown to the industry then. Nobody knew of him. And he went by a different name. He was an MC, rapper, part of a little group that had, I can't remember what the name of their collective was or their group, but he went by the name Nicky J.
Stop
and,
it.
Yeah, Nicky J. And yeah, that's where I met him. And then Rishi called me down one day. He phoned me and he was like, "Jugs, what you doing?" I'm like, "I'm at home." He's like, "Okay." He goes, "Well, I'm working with this guy, and I want you to come and hear this song." I was like, "Okay." So I went down to the studio and I was just standing there listening. And the chorus came on. I just want to dance with you. I just want to dance with you.
A banger.
And I was just standing there, and the guy who had signed 2.9 was a guy called Rob Stewart and Billy Grant, black guy and a white guy. And Rob was in the studio, and Rishi was playing me the track, and I was standing there, and I just started singing. And they both stopped and looked at me and went, "What's that?" And I went, "I'm singing what he's singing in English, but in Punjabi."
Yeah.
And they went, "Oh my God, that sounds sick. Record it." And I'm like, "No, don't be silly." And they're like, no, seriously, put it down. So Rish was like, "Go on, get in the booth, let me record that." So I recorded it, and then that was the hook. And he's like, "Do you know what? This sounds sick. This sounds so brilliant." And it was so organic because it wasn't planned, right? And it just gelled. And because Rob, who's a white guy, he loved the sound of it so much. He was like, "Well, if I'm liking this, we got to be onto something here, right? There's something here." So then Rishi was like, "Jugs, just write a verse, do a verse, and put it down." So I wrote a verse, vocaled it, and that was the beginning of Dance With You. That was the beginning of the Rishi Rich Project. Off chance.
At that moment, did you guys realise how much of an anthem you're actually creating? Like, did you think it would have had the impact that it has had?
I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody has that that expectation of anything that they do before it's done or while it's being done. You don't know where it's going to go, you know. But yeah, it kind of it
because that was a whole fresh new sound. We hadn't heard anything like that before. And you guys came, and then it was like banger after banger.
It was just meant to be at that time. Yeah, right place, right time. And yeah, it was just great to be part of that project. And then we stayed together. We were never like a band.
Yeah.
We weren't like, you know, done on purpose.
Yeah.
We weren't manufactured. We weren't.
It was organically.
So organic.
Together,
it just happened. It just happened. I was a solo artist with that one song, Najina, and that's what I wanted to be, a solo Punjabi artist. Jay wanted his solo R&B career, but we happened to do that song and then ended up staying together for 5 years, and it blew up. And then we did a string of songs after that, songs that went to Bollywood.
Yeah. Can we talk about Push It Up for a sec?
Yes.
Because that song was a bit cheeky. How
Do you know what it was?
did the people respond to it?
I think it was just our community just was not.
They weren't ready.
They just weren't ready, man. But look, we didn't actually do anything wrong, right? And do you know, I still remember to this day that some of the response to some of those things was like, people were like, "Oh my God, they've got girls in bikinis." There's like, who wears a suit to the beach?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you go to the
you know
beach?
what I mean?
Like, come on, man. Like, open your mind a little bit, you know? So the setting was Puerto Rico. We're on the beach. Naturally,
you were dressed for the occasion, right?
We were obviously fully clothed still, right? But the girls were dressed in like, you know, beachwear, and it was just like, oh my God, these boys, what are they doing? It was just crazy.
Don't you think this is what people's sons are doing anyway? Just because you guys are doing it in front of a camera, all of a sudden it was a big thing.
Of course, yeah. That's you know, people are going to always have a dig at you about things that you do along the way. You've just got to, you know, get on with it. Just not worry about what people are going to say. Just do you and do your thing. The content is one thing. The product was good. The song was great. People loved it. And that was it, really. You know, for us, that was it. We didn't. And what we were always told by our management was, do not respond and do not read into social media too much. And then social media just about started out, but there was a lot.
Was it like MySpace, Bebo at that time?
It was like very, very like. I don't even know what was around, but it was like a little bit of YouTube.
Okay,
but it was just the YouTube comments, like things were just starting up then.
Okay.
You know, but generally on our handsets, we had nothing. We had no social media
Which is
platforms.
actually a blessing, really.
Yeah.
Imagine that in this day and age now, like just going onto TikTok or Insta and seeing all the negative comments, and
it can really have a negative effect on you. But we were always told at that point that, you know, just ignore it. Just focus on what you're doing and just don't read into what people are going to say, because they're always going to have something bad to say. You know, and that's what we stuck by, and we just carried on doing what we were doing, and 100%. You know, it went
creating bangers.
It got us traveling all over the world, so it was nice.
Yeah. So let's talk about Bollywood now. So how did that all come about?
So it started from Dance With You, because obviously it was a new sound, like you were saying, and it was not heard of before. It was never done on purpose by anyone before that. Putting English singer and a Punjabi singer on the same record. And India and Bollywood, they loved it, and they put it in a film. And then from there we got another offer for Humdum.
Love that film.
Thank you. That was a wicked film as well. It was the film was great, the soundtrack was great, and it was a honor to be part of such a massive production house, Yash Raj. And that was so early on in our career. And those are the kind of things that kind of really built a strong foundation for us, and why I guess we're still around today. You know, because we had a really solid back catalogue and a really solid foundation. We did a lot of stuff back then which people can only dream of. Some people can only dream of now.
Especially people from the UK, like UK-born Punjabi artists were not going to Bollywood.
Listen, I was happy just doing one song, right? Bollywood was just not even on the radar. I was just happy to just put one song out, and that was me like, yep, okay, I'll tick that box. That's all I wanted to do. And then you know, my journey was pathed out in a beautiful way, and here we are 21 years later, still talking about music and all the stuff that we've done. So thank you.
Let's talk about your journey kind of after Jay Sean and Rishi Rich, and kind of going all on your separate ways. How was that then navigating now as a solo artist again?
It was, well, we did our solo albums while we were together still. So we were the Rishi Rich Project, but then Juggy D's solo album came out, Jay's album came out, Veronica's album came out, Rishi did their album, which was the Rishi Rich Project album. So we had so much content, so much material, and it was like, I could go off and do a gig on my own, or I could go and do a gig with the group, and it was just brilliant. Like, we had every angle locked down.
Love it.
So to branch off was very easy, because we were doing it anyway.
You already kind of had your foundations laid out, and you were doing it anyway.
Yeah, so it was, but we always wanted to be solo artists. But because of Dance With You, we stayed together, because it's like when something's going well, why break it, right?
It's worked,
It's working. And then after a certain number of years, we were like, okay, cool, I want to focus. Jay got signed and he went to America. I was focusing more on India. Rishi was focusing on other things as well. And then he ended up going to America for a bit. Like, we all had different, like, you know, different paths. And it was nice that out of all of us, we still carried on doing what we were doing when we, because sometimes when people split up, somebody might never do music again.
Yeah, and you see that a lot.
Or they might not be successful in it. But fortunately, we were all we were still very active. We were still part of the scene, still getting shows now.
All of you till this day are active.
To this day, yeah, we're still there.
Now, Juggy, we're gonna talk all things new music now. What is coming up?
I've actually got a brand new single coming out real soon called Tere Naal, produced by V.
Okay.
And then after that, I've got a single with Jay and Rishi. So, and a guy called Yash Navekar from Mumbai. So that single, I'm really excited about that one. I mean, I'm excited about all of them. I've got 5 that I've shortlisted.
Okay.
I've got about 10 songs ready, but I'm working.
We're in for a treat, guys.
Yeah, I like this is like, you know, for a long time I've been trying to kind of get consistent with stuff, but there's been so many ups and downs, and then there's so many things with like just signing one song to a film or signing one song to a label, and there's never been any real consistency for a long time. But I mean, I am bothered, but I'm not bothered. As long as the phone keeps ringing and I keep getting booked for shows and I'm getting paid,
do you know
I'm
what
good
I mean?
with that. I'm happy with that, right? So, but now I'm like, you know what? I need to focus on the music, and I'm gonna release stuff on my own channel, focusing more on that. I've got my own team in place now where we've got the marketing sorted, the PR sorted, all the streaming platforms sorted. I got a video production house that's doing all the videos now, and everything is all
in-house,
in one space. I don't need to go, okay, who am I going to do the next one with? Everything's all set there. So I think that needs a lot of kind of attention. Sometimes you need to really just kind of get that all kind of nicely smoothed over.
Trial and error.
And now it's all kind of ready. It's all in the right place. Everything's all good. We're ready to kind of go real soon. So, 5 tracks we're gonna do consecutively. So probably after each one releases, within 2 months, I'll put another one out. 6 to 8 weeks, I'll put another one.
So how did you and Jay and Rishi decide, okay, we're gonna put out some more music again?
It was just, you know what it was? I was working on. It was just like I did this song probably about 3-4 years ago.
Really?
I recorded this. I started writing it and recorded it, and then I changed it, and I got Yash from Mumbai to sit in on a writing session, and we started writing a bit because I wanted a bit of Hindi flavour to it, and I wanted it to connect with more of the India market because I got a big fan base out in India and I get a lot of gigs from there. So I was like, you know what, I want to kind of cater to that market a bit more. So after that, I was like, you know what, it needs something else. And I said to Rishi, you know what, I'm going to send it to Jay. Let me see if he can put something on this. And I sent it to Jay. Jay liked it, and he was like, yeah, all right, cool, let me put something on this. So he put his bit on there.
I love it.
And it all worked out. So again, just like, you know, very organic, just kind of, and I love it. I think it's got English, Punjabi, Hindi on it. So
it's going to be another banger. Cultural reset.
You know, let's see what happens. But it's fun. It's got the chemistry that you'd expect from the 3 of us, and it's got a vibe. So that's the 2 main things.
We're here for vibes.
There you go. As long as the vibe's right, rest, you know, we'll see what happens.
We were talking about this earlier. You touched on it. Like, you're still active to this day. And you've had a long career. Have you ever felt a pressure, like, to stay relevant or like to keep up with different trends, or, you know, as music's evolved? Like, has that been a pressure for you? Nah.
I've, like I said before, as long as the phone keeps ringing and I keep getting booked for shows, I'm quite happy with that, because in the span of my 21 years, I've been at my peak. We peaked 15 years ago, and I'm just grateful to still be part of the scene and still be getting shows, you know? So I'm just having fun with it now, you know? It's not, for me, it's not about, you know, competing or, you know, looking at other artists as competition. It's never been that for me, you know. It never was that in the beginning, and it's not gonna be that now. So I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm still getting paid, so, you know.
He's getting his money. That's what matters. You know what I mean?
It's what matters, right? And as long as you're happy doing what you're doing, for me, it's like, if you get paid for something you enjoy, then it's not a job,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
So I'm fortunate that I've made a career out of this, and I don't have to do a 9 to 5, because I've been in a 9 to 5. I'm not knocking the 9 to 5, but I've done a 9 to 5.
And it's not for you.
And I could not go back to that. So I'm very fortunate that as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, for me it works. What I'm doing works for me.
Exactly.
So it's all good. And now I've got new music coming out, so that might give me another 5-10 years. So I'm all right. I'm cool.
Well, he's pushing it.
I'm cool.
All right. So how do you balance like home life, personal life with being an artist that is still booked and busy?
I think the main thing is that when I'm at home, I'm completely switched off. I'm not Juggy D at home. I'm dad. I'm husband.
Yeah.
I'm hands-on. It's so funny. Like sometimes my agent will call me from India. It's like, Baji, what you doing? I say, I'm at Pandit. They're like,
big Juggy D washing
they're like,
Pandit.
what? You're washing Pandit? What do you mean? I said, yeah. I said, we got to do it all ourselves here, mate. I said, I ain't got no knocker running around here doing my Pandit and all that, you know. And it's hilarious.
That's
but it's, you know, it's just about switching off and knowing that you have to balance everything out so that you can make things run smooth. You know, everyone has their ups and downs. I've had my fair share of ups and downs, but you know, over time you get better at managing things and handling things and just working to a way that keeps everyone happy.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm happy. Everything at home's good. As long as the bills are paid and there's food on the table, we're good.
You're happy.
You know?
You're good.
Yeah.
So when your wife met you, were you already in the public eye?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you guys meet?
Yeah. We actually met in Dubai.
Really?
Yeah. We met in Dubai, and I knew she was the one. It's a bit of a fairy tale.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, I can actually. Yeah. I knew within like 5 minutes of meeting her that I was going to marry her.
Oh my God.
And it sounds so stupid. Like,
I get it.
Where you go like, really? And even her cousin, like I hardly spoke to her, but I said to her cousin, I said, I'm going to marry that girl. And she looked at me and she was like, are you mad? And I'm like, I know, that was quite mad, wasn't it? I said, but
it is a bit mad.
I said, I just said what I felt though.
Yeah.
And you know, within a year, we were married.
No way.
Within
a year?
Within 1 year. It was so mad. Yeah, we met you know, we were like, she's from Yorkshire, I'm from London. There's no way we would have met because I don't really go up to Yorkshire.
Yeah.
She hardly ever came to London. So we were put there for a reason.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. And then when she
my heart.
she came back from that trip, her mum, her family was everyone was against it. They were like, no, single din I'll be all that. And then she was like, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
But then her mum, she went to a clairvoyant.
Yeah.
And the clairvoyant, she said to my wife, she said, I want you to come with me. And my wife was like, look, I don't believe in all that stuff. I'm not going. And she said, no, you have to come with me, please, just for my peace of mind, come with me. So she went with her, and the clairvoyant told her that you've met someone whose name begins with a J, right? You're going to be married within a year, and you're going to travel the world. That's what that woman told her, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh my! It was written in the stars.
It was written in the stars.
The universe brought them together.
They did,
guys. We
but
heard
you know
it
what?
here.
Hats off to my missus, man. We've been through a lot, right? And I salute her big time. I know everyone would probably say that about their own wives, that my wife is the best, but my wife is the best. She is seriously the best.
Oh my heart.
She is.
So was it, do you think, hard for her coming into a relationship with someone that is, you know, traveling everywhere?
I took her with me most of the time.
Oh!
Yeah, she went everywhere with me at the beginning. Like even after, like even when we had our first child. 3 months she was, and we went to India for 6 months.
Really?
Yeah. They were like fully part. See, someone
love that.
always said to me at the beginning when I was about to have my first child, they said, don't think that your career comes to a standstill when you have a kid. Bring them into your life, don't go into their life. And I thought, oh wow, that's actually a great
Like you
great
didn't
way
think
of
of
looking
it
at
like that before?
You don't look at it like that.
No.
Because you think, oh my God, everything revolves around this kid now.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. You have to bring them into your life and just carry on doing what you're doing. And that's exactly what I did. And it was 3 months in. She was 3 months, and I was telling my mates, I'm like, yeah, we're going to India. And they're like,
For 6 months?
They're like, bro, are you mad?
Yeah.
You're going to take her to India? I said, what, do you think they don't have babies in India? I said, come on, man. I said, what are you on about? I said, she'll be fine. I said, she's cool. I said, my wife's feeding her anyway.
Yeah.
So I just got to make sure that my wife's good. I said, as long as she's good, she's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And we went. Off we went. And we were there for 6 months. We did that for 3 years.
Wow.
6 months in India, 6 months in the UK. So yeah,
oh my God.
It was like, I mean, and then it was brilliant because at the beginning, when we first got married, I said to her, and I was like kind of testing her out a little bit as well. I was like, right, okay, so we got married in April, and I was like, look, we can go on a honeymoon now, right? Or in a couple of months, I've got an Australia and Southeast Asia tour.
Yeah.
And I can take you with me.
Yeah.
And then we can go like all over.
Yeah.
And you can see my gigs, you can see my tour life, and everything will be paid for as well.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, forget paid ourselves, we'll do that. I thought, yeah, she's a good one. She's a good one. She's a good one. Yeah, she passed the test. So yeah, so that's what happened, and we went on a 5-week honeymoon.
For all the other artists out there, I hope you're taking notes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we did. We went to India, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Sri Lanka. Yeah, we went everywhere. 5 weeks we were away.
They were living life on their honeymoon.
Yeah.
And you're getting... He got paid to go on his honeymoon.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, part of it. So the Sri Lanka part was all on me.
Now, Juggy, we've touched on relationships, your marriage, the cutest love story ever, and you touched on bringing your baby to India for 6 months. So let's continue on that.
She's 11 now. Yeah.
And you have a little son.
Yes, I've got 3 kids. Yeah.
You've got 3.
Yeah. My oldest is 11. Scary because she's starting high school this year. Very, very scary.
Yeah.
My second one is 9. She's just turned 9, and my son is 4. So yeah, 3. We've got our hands full.
I love it.
And all to, it's every day is a new experience with them.
How did you tell your kids that you're famous?
I didn't. It was never really a thing. Like I don't think anyone really tells their kids that they're famous. They just come kind of, because they grow up with it, right?
Yeah.
They grow up with their mother or father, if they are famous, kind of just getting on with their work as work.
Yeah.
So for me,
it's normal to them.
Yeah, for them it's just normal.
Yeah.
Until certain things start happening, and then they say, Daddy, are you famous? Like they'll ask you the question, and you then still play it down and go, no, I just do this, and and you never really kind of make it a thing.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, because they're a lot older, their teachers and their friends all say to them, oh, your daddy's really famous, isn't he? And stuff like that.
Are you Juggy's daughter?
And it's so cute. It's quite cute, actually, because now I've got this like little fan base of her friends at school. And she goes to a school where she's like, there's only like 3 Indian kids.
Yeah.
And so it's predominantly white kids and stuff like that. And one of the main kids, his name's James, bless him, he's like, I'm your dad's biggest fan. And he loves all the music and everything. And he's so cute. He's going to love this. When he sees this, he's going to be like, oh my God, this is your claim to fame, James. I mentioned you on television on BritAsia.
We love it. This is for you.
So now, like, obviously their friends are getting to know and stuff like that. So it's cute, it's nice, it's fun. But
that's
I never really made a point of actually telling them.
Yeah.
But they're good. They're like, I asked her the other day, I was like, because we were talking about it quite a lot, and whenever I go into school now, all the boys get together and they're waving at me, and when I wave back at them, they'll be like, yeah,
Juggy,
you waved at us. It's so cute, so cute. So we were talking about it just recently, saying that Vasaki's coming up, and my missus said, why don't you go into their school and like talk about Vasaki and maybe do a little performance or something? And I said, yeah, actually, that'd be quite cool. And then I stopped and I said, Venice, would you be okay if I did that?
Yeah.
You wouldn't find it like embarrassing or anything? She went, no. She said, you can do that if you want. I was like, okay, cool.
Yes, show what you do, Dad.
So I had to check with my daughter. It's not about telling her that I'm famous. I had to check with her. Is it okay if I come in? Because you never know. Like, she could have found it like totally embarrassing and said, no, Dad, you are not coming in. You know?
Do you know what I mean?
But she sees that her dad is quite cool. So it's
he's not a regular dad, guys. He's a cool dad.
So, yeah, daddy cool.
Love that. So obviously you do travel a lot. And at the start, you know, you were taking them when they were babies. Yeah. How has that changed now that they're getting a bit older, travelling-wise?
Now it just kind of works around their school time. So I try to, whenever it's Christmas and New Year's, I try and take them away. Or if I've got something lined up and it's on a weekend, I'll take them with me, turn it into a little family holiday. Yeah. So I try and do it as much as I can. I
even remember your son coming to IPL last year at the football, and he was loving it.
Yeah, he was kicking the ball around on the pitch.
He had an Iron Man mask on at one point. I'm running around.
Yeah, so it's nice for them as well because they get to do stuff which, you know, they would never have done if I wasn't in this field. Yeah, if I wasn't in the music industry and I didn't get to do things that, you know, somebody would not be able to do that if they weren't in this industry either. You know what I mean? So I'm fortunate and they're fortunate, so it's nice.
For sure. Do you think they'd ever follow in your footsteps and come into the scene?
You know what? I just push them to do whatever they want to do. You know, as in, I ask them, what do you enjoy? What sports do you enjoy? What music do you enjoy? They play the piano. Both of my girls play the piano. They're learning that. My daughter can read music. The older one, I can't read music. She can. So yeah, whatever they have an interest in, I just believe in nurturing that. And if something comes of it, I just want them to have fun with everything they do. You know, the motto for me is be kind, caring, and respectful. As long as you are those three things, then everything else, just do your best. Just do your best, like, you know. And that's it, really. Enjoy your life.
Do you think it's hard raising kids in like today's society? Because it's a lot different to when even I was growing up. I mean, with like social media and even just social media actually really, because it is toxic. And I think especially for young girls, and you've got two. And I think, you know, comparing yourself to other people online.
We limit them. My wife's really good like that. She limits them. They don't get their phones Monday to Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, good. Sunday to Thursday, they get their phone on a Friday and a Saturday. Yeah. They only have TikTok. Yeah. They're not on any other social media. So they're very, very limited, and we make sure that we kind of try and shield them as much as we can, and just be aware of what's going on. Do you know what I mean? You can't do too much because then you don't want them to rebel.
Exactly,
but you have to do just enough just to make sure that they're safe. And it's done in that manner, that we just want to make sure that you're safe, you know what I mean? So you can't keep them switched off from it completely because that is the way the world is now, right? 100%. So you just got to make sure that they're safe. But other than that, they're good girls, they're good kids. But, you know, you got to deal with what they're going to go through, you know, in the best possible way, you 100%. Know? Learning, like, parenthood is not easy. It's like every day and it's like, oh my God. Okay,
now I want to talk about the highlights of your career. What has been like your top 3 moments? I know like that's a really hard question, but if just off the top of your head, you had to pick 3 moments where you were like, yes, what would they be?
Okay, so for top of the list, it's got to be Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
Being on Top of the Pops was like, it was like a dream come true. That was the point where it was like, yeah, we made it.
Why did they get rid of Top of the Pops? I remember tuning in every Saturday morning.
That was like the made it moment. Like, Mum, we made it. Like, you know, all of those late nights and getting paid 0, like just doing it for next to nothing and just grafting and trying to get out there and get recognized, and the marketing and the PR and the promo and the free gigs and just to get recognized. Yeah. And then it all being worth it when that first record went into the top 20 and we got a number 12 with Dance With You, and then we found out we were going on Top of the Pops. It was like, what? Even now I just got goosebumps. I was like, what? And that whole experience was just unbelievable. And I remember that day that we were performing on Top of the Pops, Pink was performing as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was on the next stage. And after we did our rehearsal, she was standing there. And when we did our rehearsal, she was there. And I remember coming off stage and she'd come off. And there was a point where I was walking in and she was walking out, and we were stood right next to each other. And she looked at me and she went, "You all right?" And I went, "Oh, I'm all right. You all right?" It was just so normal. And I was like, that was Pink. And then when we did our final performance, as the camera panned out, she was applauding us, and it was like, that was a moment. That was one of my, that was one of the best moments. And then another one was, I guess, doing a HMV store signing for my solo album, and doing that and being so scared that nobody was going to turn up, to then having the BBC news outside filming, and it just packed with kids.
Yeah.
And that was another moment. There's been so many, man. There's been so many. I've been so blessed. I've been so fortunate, and I'm so grateful for the journey that I've had. I think, and then there's another one which I really do was the MTV Bass Lounge.
Okay.
Doing MTV Bass Lounge, I was the first, and so there was a series of bass lounges. And do you remember Lamar?
Oh my God, yeah,
Right.
Lamar.
So I did MTV Bass Lounge more times than Lamar.
Stop it.
Yeah. I mean, Lamar, you can't touch him, right? But I remember going back the third time and the crew going, oh my God, you're back again.
Oh my God.
You know you've done this more times than Lamar. And I was
Stop
like,
it.
get in. But it was like, that was a moment. And MTV Bass Lounge with a full-on live band and performing with them at Café de Paris. Oh man, there's loads of moments, man.
Sick.
There's been so many beautiful moments along the journey. But yeah, those are
amazing. Go on.
This is another one. We have to go number 4 now.
Go on.
Mobos, performing at the Mobos.
Stop it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, performing at the Mobos was a big look as well. That was like, it's like, you know what? It was just like those things that we did as Punjabi singers and Punjabi boys, young Indian kids from West London, to be on those platforms
No one was doing that. Yeah.
was just unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
It was literally living the dream.
Literally.
Living the dream. And that was 15 years ago. That was 15 years ago.
That is mad.
Yeah, I don't think there's been no other
There hasn't.
Asian
No.
artist. Oh, I mean Naughty Boy, but he's a
Yeah, of
producer.
course. Yeah.
But as in like performing.
Yeah, no.
I don't think there's been anybody else
No one.
since after that.
Nah?
So
There
yeah,
hasn't?
but there's room for everyone, man.
There is, for sure.
Keep striving, keep working hard, and there's loads of stuff that people are doing now that we didn't get a chance to do, but I will cherish those moments.
For sure. All right, Trenders, it's time for my favourite part of the show, Bullion with Nate. Now, Juggy, if you're not familiar with this part of the show, you've got to pick a little piece of paper out from this bowl. Whatever the word is, you have to do a little song, a bully based on that word. It must include that word.
Okay.
So here's our number 1.
Right. Bellana.
Bellin or Bellna. All right, we got.
Oh my God.
Come on, Juggy, if anyone can do it, you can.
Mate, are you serious? Look, firstly, I'm not a rapper, right? So I don't do freestyles.
What about bully?
Bullion. Oh my God, Bellana. Oh my God. This is a joke, man. Oh my God. I'm gonna be so terrible at this.
I think he's got it, guys. We've got to keep the faith in Juggy.
This is terrible. Okay. I'm trying to think of something. I can't think of anything to do with a billionaire.
Roti.
Yeah, I know, but
Roti.
go on, you do it.
See, I'm not an artist.
Yeah. Good one. I'm trying to
It's
think.
the humming for me.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to get something right. So,
It could even be about, like, as a kid getting hit with a bell. Like,
yeah, I know, that's exactly the line I'm on. ओ मारा बेलना तेरे सिर विच आ इधर वे मैं मारा बेलना तेरे सिर विच. That's enough.
Okay.
That's
so
what would happen with a beelana. You just get it
It's
whacked
true.
in your head.
Whacked. All right,
Yeah.
number 2. That was good. On to a good start.
That was terrible. It wasn't good.
We're just warms in, you know?
Hey. All right. सोहणिए नी सोहणिए तेरे नाल नचना सोहणिए नी सोहणिए जी करदा नचण दा.
I feel like that was a bit of a cop out though, but I'll let you have it because it's iconic.
That was good luck. That was
It was fake.
good luck.
That's
good
what
luck.
it was. Okay.
Yes. See if that keeps happening, I'm good.
Another Sonia.
Okay.
What's the word?
See, I was just about to break into a brand new song of mine, which goes with this.
Okay.
एक गलासी दो गलासी तीन गलासी चार. I was going to sing you know what, I was going to do it without even thinking about it because I've got a song that's called Glassy coming out real soon, so.
Guys.
Look out for that one.
Okay.
Follow me on Instagram, The Real Juggy D.
Follow him now and listen out for the song, guys.
Okay.
These are going quite well now, guys. Have I spoken too soon?
Okay. Oh, gaddi vich beh ja, soniye. Ni wo fir tu meri, ma tera amplifier, fire. Gaddi.
Wow. Okay. Last one. I hope it's a good one.
Okay. Okay. Billo, Karla Billori, Akka Samne ni, Jat Tenu Labda Fere. I just made that up, by the way, it was coffee.
Oh, wow!
There was no way I was going to rhyme coffee with anything.
But I was thinking, I was like, so what was the word?
Was it billo? It was billo, yeah. I call coffee billo.
As we do these
as
days,
we do,
you know,
as we do. There's all these new words
all these
on
new
the street.
trends, you know.
Coffee is called billo.
So next time you go to Starbucks, ask for like a medium billo. They'll know what you're talking about. All right, Juggy, it's time for our this or that. Okay, so our quick fire. You've got 5 dinner guests.
Yes.
You can invite. Dead or alive, who are you inviting?
Oh wow. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. Michael Jackson. Do they have to be singers?
No, anyone?
Okay. My wife. She's a good cook. And my mom and dad.
Ah, I love that. I love that.
Easy.
That's a wholesome table.
There you go.
Okay, your dream collab.
Do you know what? I've done loads of collabs. And I think so look, some of my, you know what? Now that we've got social media, I've actually just started chopping up bits from stuff that I've done in the past.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the younger generation and the new age kids haven't heard some of the stuff that I've been on.
Exactly.
I've done collaborations with Mary J. Blige. P. Diddy was on that as well. Britney Spears and Madonna.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott.
Mad.
Ricky Martin.
Yeah.
And
Mad.
these are dream collaborations.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
And I remember putting up a song once, and somebody wrote on there, "Oh my God, Baji, this is sick. When's it coming out?" I'm like, bro, this came out 15 years ago. But I get that, because obviously he would have been a little kid, right? So he wouldn't have heard it.
And you've got a huge catalogue.
And I've been fortunate to been around for a long time and have a lot of, but I guess in today's day and age, a dream collab, wow. I don't know, you know. I don't even think about...
He's done it all.
I know, it's not even about done it all.
Do you think there's, like, now you're at a point where you kind of let things flow, let things come to you, rather than really planning things?
It's just, you know, like I've done stuff with, okay. So this is another dream collab, but it's happened.
Yeah.
And I've got a song with Maxi Priest and Beanie Man.
Stop it.
Yeah. And it was recorded 5 years ago.
Mad.
It just didn't come out at the time, but that is a dream collab.
Beanie Man.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. We're gonna do that. Yeah, we've been talking about it again. Yeah, I've just brought it back up because it was one of those ones where at the time there was a lot of stuff happening around it which we couldn't get correct. And then recently the guy that helped put it together and pull it all together was like, Jugs, just do it. I'll get it all sorted, let's just do it. And I said, look, I'll do it. I said, but there's no way I'm gonna put that out without doing a video with them in it. Yeah. I said, if we're doing it, it's got to be done right, otherwise I'm not even gonna do it. I'll just rather listen to it myself.
I'll keep it to myself.
Yeah, I swear to God, that's what I said. I said, because there's no point. I don't see it. It's like, even when people do collabs with big artists and the artists don't even share it, what's the point of doing it then?
Yeah, then what's the point?
What was the point of that?
Yeah.
They're not even putting it on their fan base or social media, but then just so you can say, oh, I did a song with so-and-so.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, I think that was one of the biggest reasons why it didn't come out for so long. And now we're trying to just work that out. And I was like, I'll go to Jamaica. I want to shoot this in Jamaica. It'll be wicked. It'll be a vibe.
That's going to be
so
sick.
Hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed.
I'm
Juggy D,
excited.
Maxi Priest, Beanie Man, produced by Rishi.
I'm excited. Okay. Wow. I'm really excited now. I don't even want to go on to the next. Okay. Composure. All right, weirdest food combo.
Weirdest food combo. I think I used to have ketchup on everything.
Like even with the burrata?
No. I don't know if this is weird. I think this might have been weird, but I used to have a cheese and cucumber sandwich with ketchup in it. I think that's quite weird.
That is really weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. I don't eat it anymore though.
Okay,
I do not eat that anymore.
Was that like one of those
years
like
ago.
uni day kind of meals?
No, it was even before that. It was even before that. Yeah, cheese and cucumber. But now thinking about it, they used to taste good though back
really?
then. Yeah.
Okay,
I know you're going to try it now. Just
no, I'm gonna
to see
try
what it's about.
Taste test. Juggy told me to do this.
Cheese and cucumber sandwich, and it has to be on white bread. I don't eat white bread anymore either.
Okay, yeah, brown bread.
It was no.
Oh.
You have to eat that on white bread.
Oh,
but I'm saying I don't eat white bread anymore.
So we're gonna have to, guys. Anyone that wants to try it, go out, get
go
yourself like a white loaf. Yeah. All right. So, remember in Men in Black that little eraser thing, the little clicky thing. Come on, Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little eraser that they clicked.
Okay.
And it wipes out the memory.
Oh yeah.
If there was one song of yours that you could do that to, just erase it out of people's memory, what song would it be?
I don't think I'd erase any of my songs. No, because I wouldn't have released it in the first place. It wouldn't have been put out there. If it was that bad, look, some people might think certain songs are terrible, they don't like them, but that's fine. I can deal with that because you can't please everybody, right? But as long as you put out what you're happy with, so yeah, I wouldn't use that.
I love that.
I wouldn't use that tool.
Love that. He's like, Men in Black, keep it.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your guilty pleasure?
I
hope it's not those sandwiches again.
No, it's not. My guilty pleasure is I watch I watch a lot of I watch all these like quite girly programs.
Like what?
Like like Kardashians and
really?
yeah, I know. I watch them, but I just watch them just to see what's going on. But those are my
really?
No, seriously, like I do. It's like I guess it could
just
be
to keep up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, but it's just like sometimes there's nothing else to watch, and you just put it on. I guess maybe because my missus watches it and stuff like that, and
I've
just got accustomed to it now. Yeah. So yeah, those are like my guilty pleasures. All these like girly programs.
What about like Gossip Girl? Have you watched that?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay. What about Pretty Little Liars?
No.
Come on, Juggy.
I don't watch that much TV.
If you want to watch the girly programs, you got to get on it.
Okay.
We'll send him a list later. Okay. What is your go-to takeaway?
My go-to takeaway would have been a dirty doner. But I don't eat meat anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I gave up meat last year in May. So
nearly a year?
Yeah, I'm a pescatarian now.
Okay.
So I'm on more of a healthy tip, but it would have been a dirty doner.
So before we go, is there any last messages you want to give to the fans?
Just thank you for supporting my music for the last 21 years. Respect to that. And there's loads of new music coming out as we speak. It's being edited, loads of collabs. Follow me on Instagram, The Real Juggy D, and
Okay, that's it for this week, guys, but you can catch me here next week at the same time for more of what's hot, what's new, and of course, what's trending. Until then, keep it locked to BritAsia TV.